2020 issue of the Economic and Political Weekly today. I am Leena Matthias, Executive Editor. I should also inform you that starting from this week, we have restarted printing issues. So I'll start with the editorials. The first one is titled NEET Undermines Constitutional Provisions. This deals with the slew of petitions that were filed across party lines in Tamil Nadu before the Supreme Court in the context of the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test, NEET. It goes on to say that OBC reservations for NEET are a constitutional necessity for ensuring social justice. The second edit is titled Sensitivity, Not Sensationalism. It comes on in the wake of the death by suicide of a young, brilliant Bollywood actor. The opening line of the editorial is arresting. It says, "We have had media trials and now we have media postmortems." It says that the media regurgitates learned biases when reporting on people with mental health disorders. It goes on to argue that the media has to understand that when it comes to social issues, they are not simply reporting the news, but also educating readers and shaping readers and shaping perceptions. And too often in the past decade, the media has forgotten its responsibility. I come to our editor, Professor Gopal Guru's column from the editor's desk. This time it is titled Critique Caught in a Deadlock. In democratic politics, he says, the practice of critique mediated through the act of dissent plays an important role in controlling and rectifying the political tendencies that seek to undermine democratic values. And then he goes on to say how this dissent is sought to be silenced. And then he asks, what are the reasons that this critique, this dissent, that is externally courageous against the authoritarian government, however, remains internally weak? Our column this time, the Law and Society column, the opinion in that is titled Lawless Lawmaking in a COVID-19 World. In the commentaries, the first commentary is titled Procedural Rationality in the Times of the Coronavirus. The authors point out that this global catastrophe, the pandemic, has created a lot of uncertainty across countries, and but the responses across countries have been different, and they look at the different levels of uncertainty that policy makers face. The second one is titled Towards More Inclusive Water Management. I think that's self-explanatory. It says it is crucial for decision makers to engage with interdisciplinary approaches to create truly democratic water systems. The third commentary, The Overseer of the Plague, reading Oedipus Rex during COVID-19. The next commentary is titled Neoliberal Restoration at the Barrel of a Gun, Dissecting the Racist Coup in Bolivia. This looks at how this 2019 coup in Bolivia confirms the common patterns of the instrumental use of religion in politics, racism, and the aggressive implementation of neoliberal policies that are so common, the patterns on the route to the right. The next is a tribute and an obituary, a tribute, remembering A. Vaidyanathan. A. Vaidyanathan's research, work in top institutions and the Planning Commission was marked by attempts to seek answers to the question of development beyond disciplinary boundaries. In the book review section this time, the two books reviewed are, the first one is Experience, Caste and the Everyday Social. The second book is War Over Words, Censorship in India, 1930 to 1960. I come now to the perspectives pages. Gandhi and the pandemic. Obviously, the authors are referring to the 1980 influenza pandemic, the Spanish flu as it is popularly called. The authors ask, why did Gandhi show such indifference to the pandemic when, given what is known about him, the opposite would be expected? And then they go on to analyze his letters and statements at that crucial period to try and find the answers to this question. In special articles, the first one is Decoding Ayushman Bharat, a Political Economy Perspective. The second is Farmer Suicides in Maharashtra, 2001 to 2018, Trends Across Marathwada and Vidarbha. So friends, I do hope you will read the Economic and Political Weekly. With this video, we will be taking a break, a hiatus, as one of my colleagues who is part of this activity put it. Thank you very much.